deal with airplane peanuts.
Thank you for coming for tonight's performance of Louis C.K. We have a few rules and regulations. Before we start, due to COVID-19, please don't do anything during the show. Also, anal sex is not allowed in the arena. Please go to the lobby for the anal sex.
Today's Tuesday, January 31st, and boy do we have a packed episode of the Joke World Comedy News Update this week, covering everything that's happened from Louis C.K.'s return to Madison Square Garden, Andrew Schulz acting alongside Eddie Murphy in a brand new movie, some rare Bill Burr podcast appearances, and much, much more, all coming up next, so make sure you stay tuned, get comfortable, and watch this video all the way until the end. And if you're just listening, give it a download.
I'll be out in a few minutes. That's right. I'll be out in just a few minutes.
So starting off with Andrew Schulz and You People, the movie came out on Netflix on January 20th and has a cast packed full of people from comedy, including Andrew Schulz, Eddie Murphy, Jonah Hill, Sam Jay from SNL, and Elaine from Seinfeld.
It's the craziest cast I've seen in a comedy in years. Like, the cast is crazy. Lil Duval's in the background of this scene. I mean, just everybody's in it. It's unbelievable.
The movie's all about Jonah Hill's character being white and marrying into a black family. Eddie Murphy's character is the disapproving father of Jonah Hill's potential wife, and Andrew Schulz plays the role of one of Jonah Hill's old best friends. Jonah Hill's old friends, all white, clash with the bride's family, all black, and chaos and comedy ensue.
Vaccine makes you gay.
Andrew Schulz doesn't really have a ton of parts in this movie, but he is pretty funny when he's on camera. As many people have already said, he's basically just playing the part that he does on Flagrant in this movie.
I stormed the Capitol.
Wow.
Guys, it's called acting.
That was great.
Yeah.
What I do.
What did you think of his decisions there? You're a good actor, so I'm curious. What did you think of what he did?
I thought he pulled it off. I thought for the situation that we were in, and it was kind of like,
She's an amazing actress.
it was like, go ahead.
That was believable.
Hating.
It was crazy.
That was great. Objectively great. I love that.
And it was all like, he just had to make shit up.
It was just very cool that Kenya let you ad-lib, and a very smart choice to just play yourself. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Another cool thing about Andrew Schulz acting in this movie is he said for a very long time now that Eddie Murphy is one of his biggest inspirations in comedy, one of the reasons that he does it in the first place. Andrew posted this picture on Instagram the same day the film came out and said, quote, "I didn't ask for a pic with Eddie, but I did get to tell him he's the reason I'm a comic. That was pretty damn cool." The Louis C.K. Back at the Garden live stream pay-per-view event took place on Saturday, and boy did it live up to all the pre-show hype. Start to finish, the event was about 2 hours long and included openers John Fish and Adrian Appalucci, plus a special guest, jazz musician Ravi Coltrane, who at first I was like, really dude, we gotta listen to all this stupid jazz music? Oh my god, when is this gonna be over? But by the end of his set, I was like, damn, this guy's fucking going off. Let's go jazz. Louis himself doesn't come on stage until about the 50-minute mark of the show, but it is well worth the wait. It's hard to talk about the set in specifics without giving away any jokes, but I will say it felt like watching a vintage Louis C.K. hour. Just the way that he takes the most simple premises like abortion or religion or homeless people, things that have been joked about a million times by literally every comedian in the world, he's still able to craft a stance that's so unique and preposterous, yet so funny. It's truly amazing to watch a master at work.
Is it running? Yeah, okay. Hey everybody, it's Louis, and I'm going to be this Saturday at Madison Square Garden, and I'm live streaming the show on my website, louisck.com. You can live stream it on Saturday or watch it for the next 10 days after that. And it's going to be a good show, and I'm with 3,000 people who just saw it, so they're going to tell you how much they love the material. What do you guys think?
If you missed out on the live stream, replay tickets will still be available on Louis C.K.'s website until February 17th for $25, which, yeah, that sounds expensive for an internet show, $25, but if you think about how much a ticket to go see him at actual Madison Square Garden would be in person, $25 doesn't seem that bad. Plus, just like a real fight, you could split it up with some friends, invite some people over to watch Louis, split up the cost that way, makes it a lot cheaper. Guest spots from last week. Your Mom's House had on Andrew Santino. Two Bears, One Cave was Bert and Tony Hawk. Kill Tony had on Adam Ray and Joe DeRosa. Flagrant talked with Sam Jay. Bobby Kelly was on Take Your Shoes Off with Rick Glassman. Whiskey Ginger had on the Are You Garbage Boys. And Bill Burr was the guest on the Harland Highway.
I want you, Bill Burr, to demonstrate tenderness if you can.
I don't think I can.
I'm going to pretend I'm a kid.
Oh, is this the Curious George?
And you're going to read.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'll crush this.
Well, already you're swearing.
Huh?
I'll be the kid.
I'm reading the book and I'm teaching about the real world, you little shit.
I'll be the kid and I'll ask Daddy to read.
Well,
Daddy, can you read me Curious George, please?
Absolutely, my goateed little son.
Thank you, Daddy.
All right. Curious George Goes to the Zoo. This was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Yay.
Okay. This is George. George is a good-looking little George is a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George was feeling very excited. The man with the yellow hat, he owed taxes, so he never gave his name.
Why did you throw that part in, Daddy?
How did you know I threw that part in? You
Well,
can't fucking read, you cunt.
Well,
The man
Daddy.
with the yellow hat, don't tell Mom I said that, was taking him to the zoo.
Okay, is that proper for a full-grown man to take a hairy little monkey boy to the zoo, Daddy?
They're speaking in code. They're going to go score some smack in this little red-roofed house here.
Daddy.
This is the first red roof inn,
Daddy.
filled with crack whores. And as they drove, the man explained to George that this wasn't just any zoo. They're going to Brooklyn. That they were going to visit. Remember Old Dirty Brooklyn? Ooh, shame on you. It was called Old Dirty Bastard. It was one of the...
Stop. Be nice, Daddy.
Go up to your mother right now and say, Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Daddy, read nice.
All right. Oh, your mom's already read this book, so you know how it goes? All right. It's called the Wild Animal Park, the man said. All of the animals roam around freely. They must be down Wall Street.
Daddy.
When they arrived, George saw a huge banner. George looked up at it, but he could not read the words because he's fucking illiterate.
Daddy, no swearing, Daddy.
I didn't. I said fudgicle. A friendly zookeeper explained. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as a friendly zookeeper.
What do you mean, Daddy?
They all hate animals, and the only thing they hate more than animals are children. If you ever go to the zoo and you get lost, do not trust a zookeeper.
Daddy, stop.
All right? Stand near the fucking reindeer, and I'll find you.
Daddy, be tender.
You know, I went to the zoo one time in Iceland.
Yes.
And they actually had pigeons in there because those were exotic to them.
Wow, Daddy.
And cockroaches. They actually brought insects there.
That sounds fun. What a nice add-on, Daddy.
It was. Did you take a creative writing class, son, that you already know what an add-on is?
Are you making fun of me, Daddy?
Absolutely.
Daddy.
I'll tell you right now, between you and me, I don't think you're mine.
Daddy,
Your
ow.
mother and I went through a rough patch 6 years ago.
Daddy.
It's our baby Rhino's first birthday. We're going to have a party for her later on. A party. Yeah, of course, because it's a female rhino, right? If that was a male rhino, they would have skipped right over it.
Daddy, you're too angry.
Only a fucking broad rhino could still figure out how to have a goddamn birthday at the zoo.
Daddy.
Jesus Christ, let's go dig up some plant for the fucking queen.
This past weekend with Theo Von had on Drewski. Jordan Peterson was on the Joe Rogan Experience. Bobby Lee was the guest on the Blocks podcast with Neil Brennan. Louis C.K. was on the Chrissy Chaos podcast. Stavi's World had on Devon Walker and Alex English. And Trevor Wallace was on Tiger Belly. As far as new stand-up specials go, ones are either coming out soon or came out recently. Nate Bargatze Hello World came out today on Prime Video, January 31st. We're probably going to make a video reacting to that Nate special, so let me know what you think of it. Leave a comment about Hello World, and keep an eye out for that video coming out later this week. Maybe turn your post notifications on, that could help. Other than that, Roseanne Barr is making her return to comedy with a brand new special titled Roseanne Barr, Cancel This, which will debut on Monday, February 13th on Fox Nation. That does it for this week's Joke World Comedy News Update. As always, thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel in general. Tomorrow, we're uploading the funniest moments of January, best of January 2023. Yet another reason for your post notifications to be on. Don't want to miss best of January. Other than that, I don't have much for you. The NFL is rigged. The officiating in Sunday's Bengals and Chiefs game was atrocious and just a slap in the face to football, to the spirit of competition. It's a joke. If the Chiefs had any ethics and any backbone and any morals, they'd tell the NFL that the Bengals should take their place in the Super Bowl because that just was not fair, and that those refs should serve prison time. They should go to jail for a few days. Okay, best of January coming out tomorrow.